We had a lovely dinner, wonderful conversation, good vibes. At the end of the dinner, he says, I'd like to see you again. I'm not sure if you guys remember. I don't know if you guys remember the FuFu and the cassava stew. I fell in love with it after the first time I tried it on my old channel. So this is FuFu and this is cassava stew. First time trying it here. Hopefully I like it. It smells good and I'm gonna taste. There should be about 3 pieces of meat in here. I'm not sure what meat they put in there yet, but we'll see. It's very hot. Okay, I'm gonna keep eating this and I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion. But in the meantime, I figured something is definitely different than the FuFu and the cassava stew I used to get in Delaware. I'm not gonna say whether it's a good difference or a bad difference yet. Not sure. But I figured while I was on here with y'all, I'll discuss some dating things. I'm obviously newly single and I'm honestly very, very open to love. I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for a relationship, but to date, 100%. And I wanted to share a little, kind of like a little horror story with you guys. Well, it wasn't a horror story, it's just, I don't know, is this the way people are today in 2023 in the dating pool? So, there's something different. Definitely something different. But my quick little story time. This is some meat. I'm not sure what type of meat it is yet. But my quick little story time is pretty much, I went out on a date with someone. And also, you guys, I am bisexual. I like women and men. However, I prefer women. I love women. Women, team women, women. So, men and women. But if it's up to me, I would date women. I'm gonna be with a woman. But I have some male friends, and this one male friend asked me, hey, let me take you out. It's been a long time, and guys, my friends in my life I've had for years and years and years. Now, obviously I was in a relationship for a very long time. So when I got out of my relationship and everything like that, I had a few friends reach out to me. But this one in particular reached out. And I honestly didn't mind going out to dinner with him. From what I remember, he was a gentleman. From what I remember, he carried himself well with respect. We had things in common. He liked food, all this other stuff. Now, he's very aware that I am in no position to be in a relationship. I don't want a relationship with him. And I felt like this was a safe date to go on. Get out, have a good dinner, enjoy some good company. I was missing one of my major lights the entire time, but hope you guys can see it better now. This is goat. This is definitely goat. But anywho, I was thinking, awesome, this is a safe date to go on. You guys, the day of the date comes. I'm actually excited. I haven't been out, and I thought this was going to be a carefree night. Day comes, My friend said, hey, are you still up for everything? Of course, I was like, yes, no problem. He said, my driver will be there at 5. Now, you guys, I don't drive, so I don't make people feel bad for being late or anything. However, if you're not going to be somewhere at a certain time, I think it's nice to communicate. That was the first red flag. He said his driver would be outside my house at 5 o'clock. The driver was not outside at 5 o'clock, and yet again, I have no issue with lateness. However, I could have gone to the stove. I could have done a couple more things instead of, not rushing, because I wasn't rushing, but instead of making myself available at 5 o'clock, he could have just, hey, my driver's running a little late. So after I contacted him, because he did not contact me, I said, hey, I'm out here. I'm looking. There's no driver. He said, hey, they're running a little bit late. Give them 30 minutes. I said, no problem. I was happy. I got to go back in the house, get myself together a little bit further. 30 minutes pass, the driver shows up. Excellent. I get in the car. The driver was a sweet, sweet man. He made me very comfortable. He offered me water and everything like that. And it was raining really hard, I remember, because he said, Miss Lou, the drive is going to be a little bit longer because it's raining cats and dogs. And you guys, it was raining cats and dogs. And that's probably why he was late, which is understandable. So this ride, I'm leaving from Delaware to Philly. Okay. You guys, my friend, he's a businessman in Philly. And there's nothing to really do that we wanted to do that was in Delaware. We wanted to go to a really, really good restaurant and eat some really good food. And we knew we weren't going to accomplish that in Delaware. So he sent his driver to come and get me in Delaware to take me all the way back to Philly for this date. The entire ride, it was over an hour, you guys. It was long, it was raining, but it was very pleasurable. I get to the restaurant. I pull up. I see my friend outside. He looks excellent. His suit looks wonderful. It was really, really nice to see him. And we proceed to say, hey, long time no see. Gave each other hugs. Excellent. You guys, he's way taller than me, so that's different. I'm not used to anybody being taller than me, so that was different again. And we proceed to go into the restaurant. Excellent dinner. Spectacular. We went to 2. We started off at this one fusion Asian restaurant where we had some dim sum and some sake. And then after that, we went to the restaurant that we were actually going to have dinner. Got to the second restaurant. Excellent. The reason why I say, is this what men are expecting today in the dating pool, or maybe even women, because who knows? We had a lovely dinner, wonderful conversation, good vibes. At the end of the dinner, he says, I'd like to see you again. I say to him, that's cool, because I wanted to come to Philly anyway to do some work. You guys, as you guys can see, I've been recording a lot, and I did want to go to Philly to record a couple of restaurants and review them. So I was like, boom, no problem. I'm back in contact with my friend. I can go down to Philly and work, and also I can take some time to see him. You guys, I'm thinking that's cool, but naturally in my head I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna find myself a hotel because I already intended on going to Philly. I'm gonna do what I usually do. I'm gonna get myself a hotel and I'm gonna work, and I'll see him when I see him while I'm in Philly. That's what I thought. Y'all know this man blocked me? I guess because he thought that because I was coming out to Philly that I should stay in his home. Now, granted, his home is so beautiful. It's beautiful, you guys. Well-deserved. He's a hardworking man. However, why do you think I'd be comfortable enough to stay in your home? And then I start to feel like a bitch. I do. Then I start to feel like, okay, am I doing too much? No. And then the moment I feel like that, I take it right back. I'm not being a bitch. That's just unrealistic. Why can't we be friends? I see you in town. I stay in my hotel. Why wasn't that good enough? That's my question. Why wasn't what I proposed good enough? And why do you expect me, or anybody for that matter, to spend a night on your house, in your home, after having seen them for the first time in years? And probably over a decade. Probably over a decade. Yes, probably over a decade. Malta. So I guess that's my little story time. Am I tripping? Like, yes, his house is huge. I could be in his house, have my own private space and everything like that. However, no. Everything in me screams no. Get your own hotel. See him when you see him. However, that landed me to get blocked. No, I no longer have a Philly friend. And I thought we was cool. We was all good just a week ago. I thought I had me an E10 Buddy, honey, because he has such immaculate taste in food. So honestly, I feel like I lost something. I feel like I lost out. But no, leave a comment and please tell me if I'm tripping. Yes, there would have been space. However, am I being extra? I don't think I'm being extra. And if you think I'm being extra, leave a comment and please tell me why. Am I being extra for thinking he's extra for being offended that I wouldn't stay in his house to work and to go about my day? No. So that's pretty much that. I'm sure you guys have some pretty crazy dating stories as well. So if you're newly single or anything like that, please let me know. What's it giving? Am I tripping? All right. Now for my opinion on the food. I prefer the Delaware cassava stew and FuFu much better. Much better. It's not nasty. It's not nasty, but the one in Delaware hit different, I guess, because it just seems like it's just lacking something. And the FuFu just seemed very kind of chalky. Where in Delaware, it doesn't taste chalky. It just tastes clean and true. This one tastes a little chalky. The goat is really good though. I can eat their goat. The goat is good. I won't be getting this again. Yeah, I won't be getting this again, but it's not nasty. It's just not what I'm used to, I guess. The cassava stew tastes like they didn't use palm oil or something. Like it's a diet. Like it's a diet version of cassava stew. And I don't do no diets, honey. This cow, goat. On the good side of things, even though I had such a crappy date, well, it wasn't a crappy date, it was a crappy outcome. I have had lovely dates. I definitely have, and if y'all want to talk about the lovely ones, I guess you just got to subscribe and come back. We'll be eating something, who knows, but it won't be this. Won't be this as I tear it up. Had this been the Delaware cassava and FuFu, I don't think any of this would have been left. But we live and we learn. We live and we learn. Leave a comment below. Let me know your opinion on the situation. Y'all already know how I feel about the food. And I'll see y'all next time in the next mukbang. We'll see what we're going to be eating.